sometimes you have to do is change the words you're using to feel differently. It's the start of British summertime today, and if you're using the language, I've lost an hour because the time has sprung forward, then it may be that in other places, it doesn't really matter today about that, in my parlance, sloppy language. But there are lots of other places that we use it in our lives where actually that sloppiness, that imprecision can be quite unhelpful. I'm Alison Smith, and I usually use language as a means of observing the words you're using to help you get unstuck. Because quite often, the very words you're using are what's keeping you stuck in your current situation. So today, we'll have inundated with oh my God, I've lost an hour. And then in October, when the hours fall back and we gain an hour, what are you going to do with your extra hour? We haven't. It's just that the relationship with the clock has changed. So we haven't lost an hour. It's just that our clocks have moved forward. That's all that's happened. If you weren't using a clock, you'd be getting up at the same time and you'd be going to bed at the same time. It's just the fact that our relationship to the clock means that on the clock face, instead of getting up at 7 o'clock, we're now getting up at 8 o'clock. So not so much of a problem today. Another example is work-life balance. Sloppy language. All you're doing by using that language is giving yourself a hard time. You're setting up work and life in competition with each other. Stop it. If it was life balance, that enables you to go, oh, I have choices to make. I'm not having one thing, well, everything's competing against everything. Rather than it being, oh, work's got to compete about everything else in life. I'll put a link to that video. Other language, it might be, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Yeah, you might be feeling overwhelmed, but that use of language is not helping you understand what you need to do to become unoverwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed may be an accurate description of how you're feeling, but it's not an accurate description to help you understand what to do. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I've got too much to do. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I've got too much to do and I'm lacking focus. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I've got too much to do because I'm not motivated to do any of what I've got to do. By adding more description enables us to have a better understanding about what action we could take. And one more little example, although I will in the comments leave links to numerous videos I've done on other words. But there's another one. And you think, Alison, you're being too pedantic, don't be stupid. Well, if you're looking for an answer and you can't find it, what about looking for a solution? Now that might seem silly, but I can assure you for one client that I had, that made a huge difference. Came in, there was a gap between where they were, where they wanted to be. I can't find the answer. And actually in that particular instance, I think we changed the verb as well. So instead of looking for an answer, we wanted to discover a solution. Could be about uncovering an option. It might be coming up with an idea. And what about adding a few adjectives in? I want an innovative idea. All sometimes you have to do is change the words you're using to feel differently. So put in comments any words that you'd like me to unpick. I call them the words we live by and the unintended consequences of those very words. And I'll be sharing more of that with you on this channel over coming weeks and months. If you've liked what I've said, please do a like, please follow the channel, and I'm going to go and get dressed because of that hour that I've lost.